If you're a religious woman who is trying to deconstruct religion, or who has left religion maybe because of misogyny or the hate that you experienced within the church, listen up. I understand that there's a current wave of people leaving religion because of one problem or the other that they've experienced. But if you're a woman and you're leaving religion necessarily because of misogyny, do not settle for this whole traditional African traditional thing that they're selling to you. I'm seeing a lot of wave of saying African traditions, our traditions were the best. The Western people came with their religion and deceived Africa. We had a stable life before religion came. My darling, the stability was not for you. The patriarchy is not only a religious thing, it is a general thing, whether in the West, whether in Africa or wherever. It is a general thing. As a matter of fact, the misogyny in African traditions is extremely dangerous. That one is even worse. It's like jumping from frying pan to fire. The misogyny that you experience within religion is still the same misogyny you experience within tradition. The reason is, even these religious practices are actually traditions, and they are traditions that were formed and coined by men within religion. The same men are the same people who are coining the ones within tradition. As a matter of fact, there are certain things that are put in place within religion to sort of caution their behavior a little bit, but they don't have those cautions within tradition. You can deconstruct religion and still be in the religion. I'm not telling you what to do, but it's possible to be deconstructing the things that are harmful within your religion and still be in the religion. And even I think even within the African traditional something, there can still be a deconstruction of the bad part of the religion, of the traditions, and still hold on to some that are good. Let me tell you a story of marriage in my tradition. Let's assume now that I want to leave Christianity and go back to my tradition. This is what a traditional marriage culture is in my place. If a boy likes a girl, there's this moonlight dance that they used to go to or play, let me say. Children usually gather whenever the moon is out or something like that. Children will gather and play until it's very late at night, then they will go back home. If a boy likes a girl and he wants to marry her, he will just gather his friends, and when they go to that play, they will kidnap the girl and take her back to his hut. In the tradition, if a girl ever passes the night in a man's hut, she's considered his wife. So they will kidnap her and take her to that hut. Then they will make sure she does not leave the hut that night. If she's able to escape the hut, that means she was able to escape, flee from the marriage. But if she is unable to escape, of which she will definitely be unable to escape, these are men surrounding the place here, she will pass the night there, and the next morning that boy's uncle will take hoe and mat, I think, to the girl's family to tell them that their daughter is with them. They have married the girl. So they are forcefully marrying these girls. Whether she likes it or not, she has become his wife. And if she leaves that hut the next day and refuses to be his wife, no one else will marry her within the community. No one else will even, she's considered a prostitute instantly. You get? So those are some of the cruelties that happens to women within this thing that they are glorifying for you and calling it African tradition. That girl will be continuously raped in that relationship. Go and make findings about your tradition. Go and make findings of your cultures. You know that with religion, the practices of the religion is documented. So it's easy for you to call out a religion and say this is what if, for instance, let's say the Bible, you can easily say this is what the Bible said. For African traditions, they are not documented. It just lives within the minds of people and they pass it on to the next generation. You can do something unknowingly and you'll be punished for doing it, even though there is no form of documentation for you to know that this is what it is. And a group of people can just sit down and make up something that will fight you. Have you heard of all these? When a woman loses her husband, they will shave her head, she will have to wear certain things for a certain period of time, they will wash his corpse and give her the water to drink. Those are some of the cruelties that exist within these traditions. So before they sell the whole African traditions are better than the European traditions, we have traditions and cultures that are actually better. But just before you jump from one to another, find out the exact thing that exists within these traditions. As an adult, I think when you get to a certain age, you should start making traditions for yourself. Traditions that work, cultures, develop cultures for yourself. Develop better cultures for your family. Do not hold on to these cultures that we used to believe in and say traditional, our tradition said, our tradition said.